Shai Ba'Shem Chakmadash.
Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. And we're going to get right into it. All right, we out here once again. And pretty much, you know, you got prophecy in the air. You can all see it. And right now, namely, you got tensions in the east. All right, we already run that were caught over the U.S. airspace. And they said there's two of them. Okay? Now, there were talks about possible EMP, you know, EMP attacks and so on and so forth. At this point, you never know, right? The scriptures talk about a time like never before, you know, and it could just happen suddenly just like that. So that's why we got to be on guard. As a matter of fact, you got that, right?
There's the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
That's it. That's the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So, what does a thief do in the night when they come? They come sneaky. Why does a thief come in the night? Because they can use the darkness as cover. So the whole point is the day of the Lord is going to come unawares. All right? Shalom. And it's going to come unawares to those that are not watching, to those that are not looking. As a matter of fact, there's a scripture that talks about if the good man knew at what hour the thief would have come in, he would not have suffered his house to be broken into. Right? Yahushua said that. And we are in the stead of the good man watching. That's why Yahushua said watch as well as pray, that ye enter not into temptation. Because we don't know the exact day, second, minute, and hour, but we know the signs of the times. And we know the signs letting us know. It's like if you know that a thief comes at night, every time the sun starts to go down, you're gonna start getting ready. Lock the doors, grab this, get that ready, and let's be on the lookout.
Like Home Alone. He knew they was coming, so he set up.
That's it. Yep. And we are technically home alone because the master is in a far country right now, and he left us in charge to take care of his goods. Okay. Huh? Many layers. That's it.
Quick precept. There's a book of Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right. So
yeah. And that's why the brother just said the Lord has his men out here to give you the warning about the things that are about to happen. Okay? When you give somebody warning, that means you're telling them, all right, with urgency of some type of impending danger. And for years, you've had the men of the Lord being in street corners, all right, going on YouTube, doing videos constantly and bringing out information that was for so long called so-called conspiracy theories, man. And now we're living those so-called conspiracy theories, including the very so-called concept of NWO, and yet nobody's batting an eye. Nobody's paying attention. Do you know what the NWO comes with? They're talking about a whole digital enslavement.
Right.
And people are still walking around like, oh, it's like regular day. Nothing's going on, man. That's why the day of the Lord is going to happen to them suddenly. Because to them, because it's not being recorded on the news like that, all right, they don't see anything. They don't see prophecy happening, man. They don't listen. They don't hear what we're saying. And it's going to it's going to come upon them unawares. And those will be the worst ones. When the thief comes in and you're not prepared, you're caught unaware, you're going to get got. He's going to take your goods, and then you're going to be on top of the goods, man. He's going to grab you too. You know? And in this case, a lot of people are going to be sent into these sea camps, man. When these FEMA camps come in, they're going to be the thieves that are going to be coming in very soon, man, because they're going to be intruding your space. There's not going to be a welcome visit. It's not going to be, we're here to help you, and so on and so forth, man. It's going to be, the government has mandated this. We're currently under martial law, and this is it. Everyone who's living in this area code, this is what's coming. And this is how it's going to be, man. This is the reality. Some people are going to be transported 3, 4 in the morning to places you don't even recognize, man. You're just going to end up with a whole bunch of stuff.
But the Lord it was focusing, all right, on us because we have to keep that faith, as the Lord said. Listen, man, if you're not of the elect, no matter how many days you tried and how faithful you try to be, the Lord ain't coming for you. So you're gonna be in there struggling. You're gonna have some of these Edomites who are part of the Bible Belt. Some are Jake, but some are Edomites. You're gonna have some of the Edomites that are gonna sperm and say, nah, we're not taking that MOTV, and they still gonna eat a missile. They're gonna see others getting beamed up, and they're gonna beat me up.
Yep.
And the beam is gonna come, but it's gonna come down. And they're gonna be, because that's how the Most High deals. The thing about Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is he don't give a damn. And he doesn't have to. Right? It is, it's not because, you know, in this society, you say, oh, well, you know, I mean, you can do it for this guy, you gotta do it for everybody. You know, if I get a gift for one, I gotta get it for all. Well, I don't give a damn about all. Why would I need to get a gift for all? I said I was gonna get a gift for one if you honor and obey me. You know, and the thing about it too is that the Lord already it's called predestination for a reason. So the Most High is not a man that he's going to change that. And if he was to change that, then he would be a man that lied.
It's impossible. And that's like pushing this kind of weird mentality upon a man just because I seen you and your friends and I like you. Now I gotta like all your friends too.
I pay for all of them.
Yeah, like, but the thing is, you want me to take all of y'all out and pay for everybody's dinner, but I can't fuck all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I can't have all of y'all at the same time. So why am I paying for everybody else? That's the same mindset. It's like, oh, the Most High should love all of us. We all gonna be part of His blessings, but we all not gonna do what He's telling us to do. We all not gonna adhere to the covenant. We all not gonna adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments. We're just gonna do whatever we want, but yet we respect and expect Him to give us whatever we want. It doesn't work like that, man. You don't get hired to a company or a job, and then you go up to your boss and say, hey, you give him a raise, and what about me? Oh, I gave him a raise because of the work he does, man. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the reasons, he's the engine to my machine. So that's why he got that raise, man. You always not here, you barely here, you call out, your work sucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a way to fire you, and you got the nerve to come up to me and say, hey, what about my raise? That's the worst employee to work with. You know? The lazy kind, the always absent, no call, no shows, you know? You just disappear on the Lord. Yahushua was tried.
Yeah, Yahushua, exactly. Yahushua was definitely tried. You know, now, did the church say, yo, you know what, everybody go sell your garment and grab 2 swords. We storming up the prison. Right. we taking over the prison. So back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't do that, you know? Here it is, Thomas, he got the, you know what I'm saying? That's not what they did. They prayed in the upper room. The whole height. Yeah, they planned it out. You go from the underground, I'm going to take out this guard and that guard. There's about 4 posts right here. That really goes off at that. Yeah, it goes off down this side. You hit this thing in the back of the head, and I'm going to drag his body down. That's not how you got to work in the spirit, because when let's say you try to do that, and you calculate 4 guards, and you get there, and instead, Herod was like, you know what? They get 10 guards instead. Your plan ain't gonna work. The thing about real life is constant. Things are constantly changing. You can never plan for every single outcome, but the Most High can. So that's why instead of you doing the planning, he put the planning in the hands of the planner. So when he's setting up the events, he says, all right, you know what? He asked for this, so as I'm setting up this, I'm gonna make sure that this part is good for him. But if you don't ask and you just barge on in here expecting shit to go your way, you way off. Doing it the carnal way at that. You can't go up against Esau, who was a carnal man. Yahushua blessed him with the sword. Oh, can we get that? Revelation 6, dealing with the red horse. He was blessed with the sword. Yeah, 6 and 4. All right? Or maybe it might be a little lower than that. But he was blessed with the sword. So that is like Sparta. What's your profession? Well, Esau's profession was to kill. There was a video years ago that I saw. It was the Edomite girl, not a woman, in the woods. Yeah, little girl with the guns shooting.
Oh yeah.
Look, man, blowing the clip and unloading. You see them with the AKs and shit, and she's shooting it, but she's not moving. And you're thinking in your mind, oh, all right, let me go grab an AK. And how many videos you see of Jake grab an AK and shooting, the gun flies out their hands, or the gun back?
Or they fly back.
Yeah, you just think, oh shit, you know. And you got these are the people that are supposed to go up against Esau. When you look at Esau's training, there was a video of Russians. Look at this, you guys show me? Hey, he's in his pockets. Yeah. That's the innate behavior.
I'm gonna upload this.
Okay, he's gonna upload so you can see that. You got this dude hitting all the shots and shit, and you try that, and it's over for you. You know. So when I was saying that there was a video, I think it was in Russia. I don't know how real it was, but pretty much you had I guess a thief or whatnot, criminal trying to get away. And you had these Russian troops, man. They going. One, they in the car. They come out the window of the car. One of them jumps, lands in the front of the car. He runs towards the car, jumps in, breaks the window, the windshield, sits up in there with his gun to the guy, and they come and get him out the car. They don't play. You know, they do some real serious stuff. There was a video I was watching where there's a training. The woman got a weighted vest on, and she's running full speed, and the dude got a stick right in her face. Boom. You know, they actually pepper spray them in the eyes, and they tase them, and all of those things. Put them in cold water, and they have to hold their breath in cold water. So when they come out here, man, here it is, look at them, you know, and you got Jake out here. The thing is, Jake got that talk, you know, that spirit, like, yeah, what's up? I do what? Knowing very well that if some shit was to break forth, you will not be in a good predicament. You know, but that's just Jake.
You know, it's crazy. It's worse too because Americans have been so coddled. Everything is given to you. Like everything is instant. No pain, no struggling, nothing. So when the hard times come, it's going to hit you the most because you've never experienced no shit like this before. That's why the scripture says that a time like never before. Why? Because the inhabitants of this land are weaker. It tells you in the book of, I believe, 2nd Ezra. I believe 2nd Ezra tells you about that. Where it says that people gonna be weaker through age. Yeah. You know, especially here in the West. You know what I'm saying? The food that you eat. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people are sad. Okay, the standard American diet. Everybody's sad, man. You know, you eat McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? There's no balanced diet in your meal. There's no balanced diet. You know what I'm saying? People just eat whatever. You know. And the doctors, I was reading something yesterday. It says that Americans pay the most in health insurance, and they're the most unhealthiest people on the whole entire planet. Like, what sense does that make?
With the most advanced, you know, they got the advanced doctors and technology and all of that.
All the experts, all the technology, all the medications, dietitian, all this shit. They all got signed for everything. And yet, you know what it is? He's so being the devil that he is. He creates these diseases, gets everybody sick, and then he says, "Oh, here's my treatment. Here, come take it." You see? That's why this place, man, you people are in trouble, man.
Plus the curses too. You know, because the Lord said that He was going to send all those plagues that were written from Egypt and in the book, and ones that are not written in the book. So you got high blood pressure, gout, which gout is something that they used to get back then. The king's disease. Because the kings used to eat meats, a lot of tasty foods, and then you know if you eat, exactly. If you don't balance out your your diet with some alkaline foods, you know, and then so on and so forth, you raise that pH level, you get so acidic, it introduces a whole bunch of diseases because it's all bacteria, and bacteria, just like you like warm places. When you're a baby, the embryo has to be a certain temperature in order for the baby to be able to properly grow, right? It's the same thing for these bacteria. And when your body starts to become an environment that's good for them, sufficient for them to grow, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to grow, and then you're going to start getting sick.
The same way with chickens and eggs. When they lay their eggs, they got to sit on the eggs for a few, how many days? I believe it's almost a month, all right? Because they heat. You know, they'll get up and then they'll come back. They'll get up and then they'll come back. And in the process of time, the yolk becomes an actual chicken, you know? And then you see them hash, I think 28 days, so almost a month, I believe, you know? And they sit on the eggs, they have this perfect temperature for them. So even nature shows you just how amazing the Lord is. Like, damn, Lord, you actually thought about all these things, you know?
Adding to your point, mosquitoes do the same thing. Mosquitoes go to dirty waters.
Right.
So they're going to go to whatever environment they can flourish, and disease is going to flourish in an environment that's acidic, and that's just like the king disease.
Them damn mosquitoes, man. I honestly don't know the purpose of mosquitoes. I don't know. And freaking fruit flies and shit. They just fly around and annoy you. Hey.
Houseflies.
Yeah, houseflies. They don't belong in the house. Huh?
They said that the mosquitoes there's a disease.
Oh, really?
Somehow blood and take.
You can bring that up.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
That's it.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, like the brother was saying, meaning the grave, that this man is all about death. And is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heaped unto him all people.
That's it.
And that's they kill people through what? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. All right, Esau cannot be successful if everybody's alive.
You can't go to sleep without doing wicked.
Exactly. So his job is, in order for me to thrive and be successful, people got to be in the mindset of death. That's why everything in America it promotes death. It does things that's going to lead to death. The food that you eat, like we mentioned, the philosophies, the mindset, the way people even think. You got people now saying that, God created all things, so we can eat all things. Trying to use the scriptures to justify wickedness. How do you do that? How do you do that? You see? Everything is about the pharmaceuticals. Do you know how much money these people make? Billions. Billions of dollars off of people's death. You see what happened over the past 2 years?
The earth, where in that movie as well, the earth was like messed up or whatnot, and then he sent his son to go on earth after earth. Yeah, he sent him and they like creatures had gotten bigger and all type of shit in there. But it always shows you that they mess up the planet and then they escape up into space. And then sometime later they want to come back down and see if it's inhabitable again. Yeah. See, that's another one. You know, and then they promote that the scriptures talk about that, right? They try to make their nest in the heavens. Yep. That's where the Lord bring their asses down, which is really talking about the satellites and the rockets they were doing. But they still got them space stations that they're going to try to go up in there too. But the Lord's going to find their asses wherever they go.
He's going to meet them.
Yeah, he's going to meet them. You know, and then he's going to pulverize them. You got it, bro. So it's going to be an interesting day when your house comes back. And we're going to see, right now we see Yahushua through the scriptures, but we're going to see him in action. You know, we're going to see his personality, we're going to see his demeanor, we're going to see his face, we're going to see all of that. The way he thinks in real time, you know.
We're going to see his actual self, because when he was leaving 2,000 years ago, he looked different when he comes back. You know, was it Isaiah who asked, who is he that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? You know, so it's like, shit, like, what is this entity that's entering into our space here? And what is this new energy? Like, what's happening? The whole earth is shaking. The vibration is different. This is a complete, what is this? And that's what we're going to see, power versus power. Esau, where you at? Where you at?
They said, but you left him no choice. So he's going to have to throw your ass off and you're going to come back again.
See, Yahushua is coming with a purpose. You know, so it's non-negotiable. He's coming with a purpose, man. When somebody's coming with a purpose, it's going to do this. At this time, I'm going to do this. At this time, I'm going to do that. So he's coming, and this time is the time for what? The destruction of this place and the deliverance of the elect. You see? So that's a purpose that's going to be handled as soon as he gets back. Within 1 hour, this place is going to be done. We're telling you, we're letting you know. And these elites know that. They show you that in the movies all the time, and they're preparing with their billions and billions are preparing to leave everybody else here while they get to escape.
Like the movie 2012.
Exactly, like the movie 2012, yeah. You know? So, hey man, listen, we there. As you can see in the title, the day of sudden destruction is fast approaching. All right? And you're not going to see us here any much longer very soon. You're not. You know what I'm saying? We can feel in the spirit. Yo, we get to that time, man. You know, we get to that time. Everything, they're showing you. These devils are coming out boldly proclaiming certain things, and it's like, oh shit, like, damn, we don't even gotta even say this what they're saying. Now they're saying it, we just show you. Right. You know?
Oh, now I was gonna add to the point with Thanos, when he came on the earth, before he killed the Vision, when he took the stone from his hand.
For Vision?
Right before, like, after Wanda blew him up and then he brought him back to life, you could tell, like, when he was coming back, before he even reached there, when he came through the portal, the winds and everything started changing. And they was like, what's on? And then when he came through the portal, it was like, oh, that's him right there.
So where did they get the concept or the idea for a movie with that? Where did they get those ideas for those stories? You know, from the scriptures. And we put it all together and give the picture, and they're like,
we're just watching.
Of course they watch. You know, so you got the prophets. So put them in a movie, but don't make them prophets. You know, make it somebody who foresees the thing that's about to happen. And he tries to warn the people and so on and so forth. So they know exactly what's going on. And this thing is far, far, far from over. Right now, this is just the beginning phases. You know? As a matter of fact, wait, what you had? Okay, before we get that, you had mentioned about the new bodies, right? So you have that in Philippians? Philippians 2:23.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 23. Him therefore I hope to send presently, so soon as I shall see how it will go with me.
What's the last verse on that?
The last?
Yeah.
30.
You talking about 3?
Oh, Philippians 3. Okay, come on. Yeah, Philippians 3.
Oh.
Right? So when it talks about Enoch walked with God, it goes into not, you walk with the Most High, they got some, you know them my commercials? They trying to sell you them drugs and they some of the parking shit, the old ass niggas. That's all the Most High was doing, right?
This is walking with God.
That's it, exactly.
What we're doing now.
Okay, so it's talking, what is it?
I got you. One definition is the administration of civil affairs or of a commonwealth, the constitution of a commonwealth, form of government, and the laws by which it is administered, a state, commonwealth, and a commonwealth of citizens.
Oh, so that's even better. So the constitution of the government of Israel or the commonwealth of Israel is in heaven. Yeah. So it's a heavenly thing. From that same heavens, we're waiting for Yahweh Shah to come down, because he's our high priest. So really, Yahweh Shah wants to establish everything for us. He came to seal it all with the New Testament, right? Because the Testament going into a will, as Paul says, is only in effect when the blood of the testator is shed. That's when the testament comes into force. So when you have the New Testament, it's actually a New Testament. It's not just the name of a few set of books. Okay?
Continuing on. Last verse. Who shall change?
So if he can change you from organic to inorganic, like in the TV show, was it Upload?